I'm not experienced with this genre, and as much as I like these type of games, for example, trying to play Blood Rain Betrayal simply hurts. I wanted to review the game when it came out, couldn't because of the level of difficulty was too high. ENDER LILIES, Quietus of the Nights, I believe that's how you pronounce it, is not the case. Here you get medium level combat plus some hefty story. This felt to me like an invitation for people like me from the developers because they made it easier so everyone can enjoy it. I feel like there's other folks in the same boat as me. Maybe that's why the game had such great reviews on Steam. I mean, we can finally play a 2D action platformer / Metroidvania without worrying that it's going to be impossible. No spoilers here. I will try to show you a little bit about the game and what can you expect with this title. And there's a couple of things that I found very attractive with this game. Let's talk about it. First, as number one and the most important, was the contrast. You get to play with this young little girl. She is a young priestess. You will get to learn her name as you progress along. If the Steam page already doesn't spoil that for you, she loses her memories. The elder priestess that was before has imbued her spirit with that of a knight for protection. He is the Umbra Knight. Umbra means shadow, and he does act just like a shadow. Thus, the contrast. The kingdom has fallen for some reason into madness, and it is up to you, the young priestess, to purify the people and the land. You can see that the Umbra Knight wears a hoodie. He is dark and acts as a shadow who cuts anything that gets in the way of the little girl. The girl, on the other hand, is pure white. She glows. Her face is revealed, which significates trust. She closes her eyes when the knight attacks. She's scared, a bit afraid, and doesn't want to see the violence that beholds in front of her. Remember, these were not exactly bad guys, they were turned into these monsters, but deep down in her heart, she knows that these things are not evil. If you take a closer look at her feet as you play, you can see that there's spots of blood from the battles. She gets those spots right after defeating the first guys. In my mind, I think that the blood on her feet, because she is barefooted, symbolizes that her purity and innocence gets stained as she progresses. I mean, clearly, details are everything for this game. The developers have done a fantastic job, and if you look close enough, you will see it everywhere. Second thing that I really enjoyed was the water texture. Nothing fancy, but the surface of the water reacts in a gentle way as the girl steps on it. And often, because of its reflections, it creates beautiful landscapes for the world around, just places where you just want to stop and take a print screen. There is a high contrast also between the colors. There's a lot of places when light meets shadow and places where everything is gray except for a few spots of red or purple. This kind of gives it a more, I guess, gothic look to it. Third, but definitely not least, in fact, one of the most predominant things in the game is the soundtrack. There's no violence in the rhythm. The soundtrack, the way I see it, is the girl's heart. Gentle, melancholic, fearful, and a bit sad at times. And this, from the very first seconds of the game, sets the tone for the entire playthrough. I have to tell you, there's not much laughing in this game. There's no jokes. It's a serious approach, giving away for a serious atmosphere. Perhaps this tone can be relaxing if you had a hard day at school or at work, but if you don't like this sad, melancholic atmosphere, try to stay away from the game. The story, yet simple, is told in two ways. Via the memories that you find along the way, small shards, the girl remembers the world around her, Plus, after each boss fight, you get a cutscene explaining what that person was and how it got there. The girl has, of course, the capability of purifying the boss after the fight. And also, this is very good, she gets their special ability, their special attack. You can use the boss's special abilities afterwards, as you like. And I love this. Remember Dark Souls free? Probably not just free, Dark Souls in general. How many bosses you guys fought in that game? Just because you had to complete or end an area, or to go forward. Lots of times not really getting much from that boss. In this video game, the fact that you can use the boss's skills is a huge bonus. And in addition, it adds motivation, it makes you curious to see what you're gonna get, more incentive to get to the next one. I love it, and I wish that from now on, every single boss fight in every single game will be just like this. This is brilliant. Thank you, developers. You also get relics in this game as your little girl levels up. Yes, she does level up. These relics act like passive skills. Careful here, you can only equip a few of them, so choose wisely. The game also has the ability, or lets you teleport to a previous checkpoint. I feel like this was kind of put here for people like me. And why? Because I often rushed an area, and when I got a little bit stronger, I came back just so I can complete it and get all the secrets. Well, you know, let's face it, that's how I play Dark Souls. One last thing, you lose nothing upon death. Again, for people like me. I like it because it makes the game easier, it doesn't really punish you, and that's a good thing. Ender Lilies, Quietus of Nights, again, I hope that's how you pronounce it, was strange at first, at least for the first half an hour, but I got used to the atmosphere, I paid attention to the details. All of this concluding for me a well-made video game that I enjoyed quite a lot. That's pretty much it, I guess. This is the end of my review, and so far I said nothing negative about it, so go figure. If you played this game, let us know in the comment section below. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't. What do you think about it? And if you are one of those experts in this type of video game, do you think that the combat system was too easy? Do you wanted something challenging maybe? Let's talk about it in the comment section. My name is Rocashu. Thank you so much for watching.